I actually started doing judo when I was still in 1963-64. So I got my black belt in 1979. By then we had Mr. Kim from Korea, and he said I should have got my belt long ago. I was still the only lady instructor by then. After a few years or so, 1 or 2 years later, I became a referee. Again, being in Africa, being the first lady, getting a black belt, being a referee, continental referee, and then becoming later on an international referee judge.
Other notable shooters are Sati Semi and his son Gulraj Semi, along with Guru Gale.
I first represented Kenya internationally was in Zimbabwe. In 1981, I was in the Kenya team. And in 1982, I represented Kenya in the Commonwealth Games in Brisbane. And from then, I've represented Kenya 5 times in the Commonwealth Games. 3 of them with the small bow rifle, and 2 of them in the full bore rifle category. Overseas, I won bronze medal twice, both times in Canada and full bore long range. So those were quite wonderful days.
My best year of shooting was from 1991 to 1995, where I won each and every championship that I shot in. We had the 2-2 rifle, we had the air pistol, we had the air rifle, we had the 2-2 standard pistol, we had the 3-2 center fire pistol, and we had the rapid fire pistol. My idea has always been to bring in new talent. I have been honored by the National Shooting Sports Federation with the Bob Morgan Trophy for my participation in school shooting program. I initiated the school shooting program, and it at the moment is in its peak.
My dad's been a shooter all his life, and I'd see him come home with trophies, and he was the best of the best. So that influenced me quite a lot. As soon as I finished school, started working, had a little more free time, I started getting back into it. First thing I did was ask my dad to give me the air rifle. Started just messing around with it at home, and he saw potential in me and told me to take it seriously. He gave me a book, read the book, rules about shooting, and from there on is when I started competing. My first best achievement was winning the Kenya Open Championship in 2011, the same year I just started shooting, and winning it 2 more years in a row, and also achieving the minimum qualifying score for the Olympics.
The discipline of archery has also been explored by the Kenyan Asians. Shizana Anwar is the only Kenyan to have won a medal in this sport. She won a bronze medal at the 9th Africa Champions Olympic qualifiers. This was in the Women's African Commonwealth Archers category. In 2010, she represented Kenya at the Commonwealth Games in Delhi. She now intends to take the sport a notch higher.
I partook in a technical coaching course held in Malawi in 2012. That's where I got my certification as a technical coach for beginners in archery. It was me and another gentleman in Kenya by the name of Paul Ochieng. So we are the only 2 certified coaches in Kenya. A lot of people can teach the sport, but that's due to a lot of experience in the sport. I think to have certification gives you a little upper hand compared to other people. So I am the only lady qualified coach, but in Kenya there are only 2 people who are qualified coaches. I'm trying to promote myself and the sport in Kenya by creating a little group. I called it Shizana Anwar Archery. I'm hoping the sport will grow underneath me, through me. I want to spread it out through Kenya, you know, make something of it.
I think with sports, the games which come from the Indian subcontinent, I think the Asians brought it, excelled in it. I mean, there's motorsports, there's cricket. They put us on world map with cricket being part of the World Cup, although the status is gone now, ODI. Rallying, they have excelled. Kabaddi, no one knew that. It's the Kenyans who are playing it, but it's being led by an Asian. There's hockey. So I think with sports, most of the games and the sports have been from the Asian subcontinent.
So this concept is brilliant because I think this is the only legacy we'll ever pass on. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. 10 years from now, will our children be as interested as we are right now? And this is something we can actually hand over to them for them to realize what role many people in this country have actually played in their own accord to contribute to it. Why is it that a Muindi is always talked about as he's so and so? He's a Muslim, a Hindu, I don't know. Why isn't he just a Kenyan Asian? And that's a question we need to answer.
As individuals, we face many challenges. When FOF brought communities together, we realized that all these challenges are quite similar. In principle, they're all the same. So it just makes sense that if we come together, forge relationships, then we can solve these problems together. We can create opportunities instead of making them challenges.